to my channel. It's me, Irvin, with another manga chapter review for you guys. This is going to be on the 4th chapter of Jinrou game, The Beast Side. So, before I start, a few things. If you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. I don't have to repeat it so much, but here it is again. Subscribe to my channel. Second thing, you can watch the first 3 chapter reviews on my channel, so you guys can do that now. And then the third thing and last thing, there's a spoiler alert because yes, I will talk about the 4th chapter, which hence the name. So you've been warned. Okay, let's start. So the 4th chapter of Jinrou game is basically the answer of what we basically were left hanging on the 3rd chapter. The 3rd chapter, it ends with them voting and we don't see anything, just them pointing, you know. 4th chapter starts with them pointing and, you know, there's fingers going everywhere, and Nishina-san does not vote. She can't move. She says, you know, I don't know who to vote for. And her device in her neck starts pulling and she starts choking. She feels like, you know what, I should just die and let it be and no one else will have to die. At the same time, she's struggling, she falls into the floor. Talakun says, you know what, just point at me. Nothing's gonna happen if you point at me. I'm gonna guess at that point he already knew that he didn't have enough votes to die. And she just kind of lays there and she's choking, and when she falls, her finger is pointing at someone. Now, obviously that was unintentional, but she still votes, essentially. So we end up with a 3-way tie. Fumitaka, who is the guy that bites his nails that I mentioned in the previous 2 chapters, that is basically the jerk of the series so far. Takashi, who we know much about other than he is the kind of bully dude, the muscular guy that Fumitaka wanted to get rid of, and he convinced people to vote for him. So Takashi and Fumitaka, and then lastly, Maria-san. And Maria-san, we don't know much about other than she's quiet and she's just kind of there for now. So Takashi starts wondering why you should vote for me, and everyone's kind of like, well, you know, they don't want to see anything. And Takashi finally figures it out, says, you know what, Fumitaka told you to vote for me, that's why you voted for me. And he gets so aggressive, Fumitaka gets up and says, you know what, this is why we should all just vote for him. Now, when there's a 3-way tie, everyone else gets to vote again, and they basically have to pick for someone to die. At this point, Fumitaka tries to convince everyone to vote for Takashi, and so much that at the end, Fumitaka is the one voted out, and Takashi survives. Now, this is where it gets intense. The rules are that the announcer does not actually eliminate the player. Another player has to eliminate the one that lost. So the one that is chosen has to do it. Now, if someone else does it, then then that person is punished. If the person that is supposed to punish or kill the other person, if he doesn't do it, then everyone is punished. Essentially, everyone dies. So the person that's chosen, of course, is Takashi. And Takashi, he's like, you can only use this one weapon we give you, and they give him an axe. So Takashi grabs it. Fumitaka tries to run away. He starts yelling, exit, exit, exit. Now, I don't know that because he was a werewolf. He does yell at one point, I'm a villager, you guys got rid of a villager. But I don't know if he was lying or not. So Takashi hits him in the knee, basically disables him from moving a lot. And he says, you know, I'm sorry, I'm going to try to do it as fast as possible where you won't feel a lot of pain. And he hits him right in the head. Now, that is the end of the 4th chapter. Very intense. It's not the last chapter of the 1st volume. It's actually, there's 2 more chapters for the 1st volume, but it still got really intense. Right now I have it at 7.5, Jinrou game, the B-side. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm glad that I raced the last chapter, but I don't think the intensity of this chapter deserves too much for it to raise more. I do think it's a great series so far, and I don't know who is going to be the werewolves. At this point, I'm confused. I think Nishina-san might be even a werewolf because she is so determined to die that she might be a werewolf and she just wants to get rid of it. So I don't know. 7.5 out of 10 is my rating so far. If you agree or don't, leave in the comment section below. Thank you for those who are watching my videos. Thank you so much for all the love and support, guys. And if you haven't done so, again, please subscribe to my channel. With nothing else to say, guys, don't be